Hey, welcome to Classic Performance. We've got a great one for you today, and we're shooting this car from the back because it is the car that has the biggest tail fins ever produced on an American car or any car. No mistake about it, it's the '59 Cadillac. So we're going to take a look at this car, do a little walk around, maybe even take it for a drive. It runs and drives. And this car has been saved from the crusher. That's right, this car was in a state, went to a junkyard, it was going to be crushed, but it was saved, and my buddy Chris found it. So let's get started, and let's get Chris in here, and he'll tell us a story of where this car came from in Richmond, Virginia, and how it came to be. So before we get started with a full walk around, we've got my buddy Chris here. Chris, you found this car. Tell us the story. It was part of an estate in Richmond, Virginia, correct?
Yes. They had called up a 1-800-GOT-JUNK or one of those companies and said, hey, we got a property we want cleaned out and there's an old car in the garage. If they want to buy the car, you could buy it for $500. And the junk man went and looked at it and he grabbed it up and cleaned up the property. And then he, originally he titled it and sat on it for a little while. And he sold it to a gentleman I bought it from. And it's got life again. But it was incredible. Nobody junks a '59 Cadillac.
So what did you have to do? Now, the car is obviously all original. What did you have to do to get it running, or what had to be done? Obviously, you had to do wheel cylinders on it.
Right, it's got a complete new brake system. Brake lines, wheel cylinders, master cylinder, hoses, shoes, everything.
And the windows, the electric windows go up and down and work and everything on it. Let's take a look under the hood and see, what is it, a 390 V8, 325 horse. 375 torque, right, on this for '59?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that is completely original and complete. And then this is our oil filter right here, right?
Yep.
Just a canister, and then you put a new alternator on it.
I had to change the alternator. The generator went bad, and I said, you know what? If I'm going to drive this, I want it to be reliable, so I put an alternator on it.
So this is a 12-volt system.
Yes.
When did they go to 12 volts?
Cadillac, I believe, went to it. I'm not 100% sure, but it was at least mid-50s. This car was originally 12 volt.
So this car being woken up still has, looks like the original radiator or heater hoses on here. So you're slowly getting it back to life. And this is the fuel pump right here, correct?
Yes, sir.
And what does that fuel pump run off of?
It runs there's a push rod underneath there that'll run it. Mm-hmm. And it's odd because it's on top of the engine rather than on the
usually
side.
You see them down below on the side and run off of a pin down there.
Right.
And then the owner of this car worked at Philip Morris. I saw the sticker on the front of the front of the bumper. Yeah, so he was most likely on Philip Morris. If you don't know, home base is in Richmond, Virginia. So he was most likely an executive with the company. One of the things, of course, on a '59 is this just elaborate, decadent grille with what they call the jewels or the bullets here, which match in the back. We'll take a look at the back here in just a little bit. What do you think and I've heard some estimates, what do you think the whole front end and chrome weighs on this car?
Oh man, it's got to weigh
it's
at
like
least 1,000 pounds.
It's a lot. Yeah, I've heard 400 or 500 pounds, but
there's just so much of it.
A lot of mass and bumper and brackets, so that's an enormous amount of weight hanging just off the front of the car. Yeah, I love these original cars, and they seem to start really easily and run easy. And that still has the original Rochester carburetor too. So she runs like a top, and like anything else, leaks a little bit of oil, but that's to be expecting, just marking its territory. But you just look at the back of this and just see how enormous the fins are. I mean, here's my hand, and that fin is, I don't know, easily 10 to 12 inches above the car. And of course, in the 50s, this was the jet age, so you got your kind of bullet dual taillights here, kind of a jet exhaust on the back bumper here where the reverse or backup lights are. And the grille trim on the back is really the same trim that you'd have on the front with what we call the jewels or the bullets. And interestingly enough, right here, this is where you put your fuel. So very neat detail. But you look at the stainless on this and the amount of chrome and everything, and for this car to have all these pieces is just remarkable. And it's really pretty straight and rust free. You know, the rockers are good, you know, the bottom, the kick-ups in the back quarters. And you just look at the length of this quarter panel. I think the whole car is roughly 20 feet long, but just an enormous vehicle. And it's amazing that it survived all these years. So we're taking a look at the interior here. You know, everything on this car works. You know, it's got the power windows, and they go right on down like that. Has a power seat right here, of course, a power top. And in '59, this was the first year for, I forget the exact name of it, but it had the photo sensing eye right here, which allowed you to the car actually dimmed its headlights automatically by seeing oncoming traffic. So '59 was the first year for that, and some other things. So we just take a look at some of the images from the 1959 Cadillac sales brochure, and the first thing you see is it's motoring majesty, and of course the slogan for Cadillac is the standard of the world, and the standard of the world in craftsmanship. And this is the 62 Coupe in blue we're looking at. Give you some of the stats. The top speed for the 59 was 121 miles an hour, 0 to 60 in 11 seconds. And of course the 390 cubic inch V8, 325 horsepower, 435 foot-pounds of torque. And the weight of the car is very close to 5,000 pounds, and the fuel economy 13 miles to the gallon. Base price on it, almost $5,500 for the base model, and it certainly goes up from there with the Fleetwood and the Brougham and so forth. But the base price in today's dollars would be about a $61,000 car. And we talked about the the dual exhaust system, and you can see it still has the X frame, and there were some options that you could get, and you can see in the rear axle an air suspension, and I'm also cruise control, power windows and seats, the Cadillac automatic eye for dimming the headlights, which this one has, electric door locks, air conditioning, tinted glass, radio upgrade with a seek and scan, and of course fog lights and a rear heater for the rear seat. So you know, it really was just a spectacular car, and the length of it is just incredible at a little over 20 feet. So anyway, that's just some information for you on the 1959 and from the sales brochure. Looking at images from sales, recent sales here in August of 24. Very similar car right here sold on Bring a Trailer for $110,000, and this is not a concourse restored car, so they are very expensive to buy today still, and also incredibly expensive to restore. So we're going to get in here and take this baby for a ride. All right, so let's take you for a ride, quick ride to 59, and hit the road, kind of see how she drives. So as you saw earlier, I mean, this car absolutely starts right up, and is really pretty easy to drive. And this has dual exhaust too, right?
Yes.
So did it come from the factory with the dual exhaust?
Factory.
And is this the original exhaust? It looks like it's on it.
I believe so. It sure looks like it.
So how many miles do you think are on the Cadillac?
It's showing 94,499, but it hasn't flipped over to 500, so I believe it stopped working.
Yeah. But it's the original engine and drivetrain, and this has a 4-speed hydromatic, correct?
Yes.
And the power steering in these cars, like all cars of the 50s and 60s and even into the 70s with Ford and Chrysler, and Chevrolet, General Motors, the power steering is completely effortless. So you have zero feeling of the road, and And these manufacturers really prided themselves on how easy the car was to steer. And the brakes, this has power brakes too.
Yes.
And the power brakes on it are just very effortless. So that's going to do it for our look at the '59 Cadillac Convertible that was saved from the crusher. I mean, this car was actually in a junkyard and was saved. So anyway, we want to thank our good friend Chris for giving us a tour around. And Chris lives right up the road here. And Chris found this car for sale before I did. So anyway, happy for Chris. And I'm going to keep looking for my '59 Cadillac Convertible. If you like content like this, give it a thumbs up. And that'll help us with our analytics. We could do more content like that. And also, subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. This is the kind of stuff we do. Take a look at old interesting cars and unique vehicles just like this '59. So take care, have yourself a great day, and we'll see you next time.